So, thus, you can, through the financial freedom you gain, an upward leap in opportunity, choice, and control, previously unthinkable. That was a short excerpt for 2 of my books. So, opportunity, choice, and control. Say opportunity, choice, and control. Because essentially, that's what we're all looking for. You want access to many and numerous and a multitude of opportunities, right? If you have one choice, do you have a choice? No, you got one choice, right? You got one choice. So it's not a choice. That's the only thing you got. And control. If you are not in control of your destiny, how in the world are you going to steer to where you want to go? Right? We heard that from numerous speakers yesterday. All right, let's go to our first key belief. First key belief. The first thing you should understand about wealth is most likely. Repeat after me. One way, most likely, to create it. So in other words, there's only one way to create wealth, guys. It's not physics. Now, I'm an engineer as my undergrad degree, and I took many courses in advanced physics and math. This is not that. It's very simple. There's only one way. If you don't pick that way, you are most likely not to make it financially. So there's not 2, not 5, not 10, not 50, not 100, only one way. Now, I turned 55 this year. Let's give it up for our 55-year-old. Anybody 55 in the audience? 50 plus? Just in case you can't tell the difference in resemblance, that's not me, okay? Looking, woo, he's in shape. Now, I'm in pretty good shape, but one of the things that I used to do more regularly than now is be in the gym. Maybe I need to go see Peak Performance and talk to those folks. But I consider myself in pretty good shape, and I could probably press my own weight even now, which is increasing. But if you ask me to do a handstand with one finger, I am most likely not to be able to do it. I'm not doing that, okay? So conversely, it's all about what is most likely to occur. If you start a business, if you start, nurture, and grow that business, you are most likely to be on the path to wealth. I didn't say you're wealthy, but you now have the wealth mindset because you'll never make it at work. Say, I'll never make it at work. One of the things we do at Greenlight for our clients who are at work, we say, that's not work. That's your biggest investor in your new business. Because yesterday you might have heard me talk about mindset, perspective, and relationship with money, and that's the only 3 things that separate you from the wealthy. Now you just shifted your whole perspective. Now you're not going to work, so you're trotting in there, la-da-da-da-da. It's not work anymore. That's your investor. And soon you're not going to what? Need or require that investor. So if you don't have ownership or a significant relationship with a profitable, sustainable, and successful business, you're not going to make it. It's just not going to happen. So let's go on to our 9-to-5 people. While you are few, let me see the 9-to-5. Ooh, 1 or 2, that's good. 1, 2. So now you 9-to-5 people, you go to work every day just to get what? What do you get after a week or 2 weeks? You get a check, right? And they pay you that check in a special format. What's that format? It's called, a special word starts with an I. Income, right? Problem with income, what's the problem with income? Taxable. But here's what you might not think is a subtle truth. Only income is taxable. Say, only income is taxable. Which means there's other types of money that's the rich and the wealthy elite that I met over the years, and I met thousands of them, from millionaires to billionaires, aggressively avoid income. And so should you, except for our office workers who don't have a choice, right? That's why I said, how many choices is a choice? Let's go down to how the rich look at this thing. The rich look at things differently, as I said yesterday. They are looking at 2 different types of businesses. So the wealthy elite taught me that there are 2 different types of businesses. Primary business, secondary business. And you should be hopefully copy this down because you'll find it in no textbook. Primary business is every business you've seen. It's the businesses you have in this audience. Primary business makes revenues, generates profit or profit potential, has cash flows. But this secondary business is a special purpose business that allows the rich to run their life as a business. And that secondary business, in Greenlight speak, is called a new lifestyle business. Say new lifestyle business. A new lifestyle business allows the rich to, one, fund and finance their personal life. Everything from business trips that may resemble vacations. For you gentlemen in the audience, how many gentlemen are married or have girlfriends? When you gentlemen take your lovely ladies out, you pull out your new lifestyle business debit card or your new lifestyle business credit card. And that is what? Totally a write-off. New cars, vacations. We had a couple last year that funded and financed their $30,000 destination wedding in Mexico. All from what? This secondary business. It is the secret to the wealthy's wealth. They're able to pay the minimum legal tax. You're only obligated to pay the minimum. Unfortunately, most of the people in this audience are paying the maximum legal tax, but you're only obligated to pay the minimum legal tax. Now, please don't leave this conference and say, Dr. Terrence Cash told you you didn't have to pay taxes, because you would be misquoting me. You have to pay your taxes, y'all, but you're only obligated to pay the minimum legal tax. This new lifestyle business allows you to run your life as a business. And again, Greenlight's whole thing is about metaphors. We use language to help you understand these complex concepts that the rich have. I mean, you're not going to learn physics unless you learn the language, and that's complicated. And that's how the rich confuse and dilute and confound the situation about how you get wealth. But since I talked to thousands of them, we can shield it down to what? Some simple language that everybody understands. So we already talked about this. The new lifestyle business lets you, A, fund and finance your personal life. Say fund and finance your personal life. Protects you and your personal assets from legal liabilities. I'm sorry, guys. Calls your investments, your existing investments, not investment B, investment A that you already have. You get better gains, yields, or upsides. And you have the permission and opportunity to pay what? Pay what? Unless y'all like paying taxes. Or the maximum legal tax. And you know this gentleman in the White House, we already know what's going on with that. Third and final key belief. There's 7 principal types of personal wealth. Say 7 principal types of personal wealth. And we're going to walk through this rather briskly. So we're going to take a little brisk walk here. I want to be respectful to the process here. I'm going to go over a little bit. Say equity wealth. Equity wealth is essentially where Mark Zuckerberg is. He owns like almost 30% of Facebook, right? It's very successful. But I said you must have a significant relationship or ownership in a successful, sustainable, and profitable business. And the business is the only way most likely to produce wealth. So these are the types of wealth. If you want to produce wealth, don't you want to know what wealth is? Well, these are the 7 different types of wealth. So he owns ownership in that business, and the business is worth tens of billions. So if you own 30% of tens of billions, you are worth tens of billions, right? So that's equity wealth. Then you got post-equity wealth. Now, this is essentially where Bill Gates is right now. Technically, that's where I am. Some of you might know my story. Very briefly, 25 plus years ago, I started a consulting and system integration company, and it languished for years, almost 5 years. I think it was over 5 years. And it wasn't until I started subliminally executing the hidden and secret financial success formulas of the rich that that business started going up. But even then, guys, I did not know why it worked. I just knew how it worked, which again goes back to my point yesterday. People who know how always usually what? End up working for or making less money than people who know why. So I got a multi-million-dollar business out of it. I sold it for 8 figures after briefly considering a 9-figure IPO, but this was 2006, so, you know, but the numbers were, they were beautiful. Those numbers were cosmic. Corporate wealth. These are people in the audience that are blessed with the big and bad and aggressive corporate jobs that are making over $1 million. I'm not going to show by show of hands. Who that? So that's corporate wealth. Oh, I love this one. Inherited wealth. Now, this is a very tough way to make your money. As I said yesterday, somebody's got to die. I'm just hoping it's not me, but somebody's got to die. And then even having to wait for that loved one to die is in itself a process. Lottery, right? That's fortuitous wealth. That's another crapshoot, right? Very unlikely to hit lottery. Celebrity wealth. And I know we have some celebrities among us. And so you are mostly compensated for being famous. Talked about this yesterday. Illicit wealth, not promoting it, not endorsing it, have to mention it because legitimate wealthy families like the Kennedys made their money like legging and moonshine, then they turned that into a legitimate business. So let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up, why don't we? So now, hopefully from these brief points and hidden secrets, you're on the path of money. You're on the road to financial freedom, but you are still walking. I don't know about you guys, it's getting hot out there. I don't want to be walking anywhere. People know me tell you I don't walk anywhere. I don't walk anywhere, but I'm not walking on a road. So you got to be empowered by additional principles to get running, and then to get on a bicycle, and then a motorcycle, and then a jet plane. So last but not least, my initial mentor, I was about 2 years in business. I had a $2 million opportunity in front of this man. He's now deceased. This is A.J. Richard, who was the chairman for 77 years of P.C. Richard & Son. If you're in the New York area, you know what that is. They're an appliance giant, and they just took over a bunch of circuit cities. This was my initial mentor. And I didn't get the $2 million, but I got a $2 million lesson and some experience. You know what they call experience? What the definition for experience is? Experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. You get some experience. My only malaise and sorrow about AJ, and I only spent 1 day with him, okay, and that lesson was worth more than $2 million, is that I had no one who was black, brown, or beige to do this for me, okay? That's my only lament. So again, and we're just gonna go through this, guys. So finally, you got to summarize. What AJ told me was getting rich is one thing, staying rich is something else. From small acorns, from small things, large oak trees grow. And when you get a customer, pray. Don't hope something goes wrong. Because if you're able to turn that thing around and make it right, you have a customer for life. So in conclusion, remember these 3 things. There's only one way, say one way, most likely to create wealth, and that's via business. 2, there are 2 different types of businesses on the planet. You come to our workshop this afternoon, you'll find out there's 2 different types of people on the planet. And the richest people on the planet are not breathing. Number 3, 7 types of personal wealth. We ran through them. Hope you took some notes. And we'd love to show you how to get on that path to enjoy at least one of them, which is via business. I'm Dr. Terrence Cash. My pleasure to be here.
Let's give it up one more time for Dr. Terrence Cash.